allow the children
it's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man up.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Maiyegun live. Remember, share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. Just in case if you begin to notice, the change in the thumbnail, especially if you are joining us on Facebook, that is me showing that I am improving on my editing. It's actually a big milestone for me, but you will see more. Just also when it comes to the kind of a short videos, detailed videos, editing of such a deeply messaged videos, but very short. I'm also working on that. There's so much. Read the caption of this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Just tell them as you are tagging them, Maiyegun today. Lórí YouTube. And yes, right. And yes, right. there is a media report of an invasion of the Oyo State House of Assembly complex, Oyo State, Ibadan. But the guys said they were only misunderstood. But they didn't see it that way. Yoruba Nation now. Yoruba Nation now. And the third one, Yoruba Nation now. But do not act stupid. I was away last night, of course, but I was at the same time monitoring things as usual. There was a fight 2 nights ago that attracted the powerful APC inside the Old Rock Villa, where it's now official. Illegalities are illegal now. Sorry about that. But today, so if you can hear me loud and clear, raise up your hand. If you can hear me from the back, I'm talking about those of you whose devices are on low volume. But can you still hear Maiyegun? Thank you. Now we are going to start with from the event that took place in Ibadan today. The event that, from the same media report, has been condemned by the visibly recognized, group that is handling the agitation and campaign advocacy for Yoruba Nation, Yoruba sovereignty. Ilana, we'll still give that to them, because they quickly came out today to say, no. Self-determination is not, it is not a gamble, kind of, all right? It is a structural thing, and everybody who is on board should know that if you have no real backup, so to say, there is no point in championing something that could put you in danger. So this one is not them. So what happened today? There were a group of people, including an elderly man, by the way, who did not really identify themselves as Yoruba Nation, as Ilana this or that, or any group at all. But they identified themselves as the young Yorubas who just came in there to hoist the Yoruba Nation flag. But that was considered a security threat, and it led into a pandemonium, a serious one. But to add to the twist, these people didn't just come as, civilian young Yoruba to say. Some of them came garbed in military uniform, including, guns and all that. That the pandemonium started enough that they called in the police, and it became a big thing. So I'm going to start from the press release for those of you who have seen it already. Let's start from the press release, which is that of, here. Yoruba Nation now. I picked this up as well online, okay, because I'm going to tell you my own view at some point. However, might just read this press release to debunk, So dear all, this is our press release fully declaring and removing us from any form of violence or taking over any government premises in Nigeria. We will never be involved in any violent activities, especially the recent happenings which took place in Oyo State, Ibadan. We are a peaceful, we are a peaceful movement, asking in line with international laws of self-determination and sovereignty of Yoruba people. So, Yoruba Nation, we totally condemn such activities and remove ourselves from any violent activities that took place right here, okay? So this is, in part, what could be put out as nobody wants to be part of any kind of a stupid move, because it's like a martyrdom, right? So let's go to Ibadan. Few of the clips that made it online today from Ibadan, okay? Let's start with this.
You didn't speak to anybody. You didn't speak to anybody. You came to invade this place.
He called me. He was alleged.
I was what?
You are alleging
That what?
that I was there.
You invaded this place. Whom did you take permission from? I was talking to you. You were talking to somebody that you should be listening to what I'm saying.
It's because you are a Yoruba man, sir.
If not, what will you do?
It's because you are a Yoruba.
What will you do?
Your father.
This is a normal setting that you people should not disrupt. It's a normal setting that you people should not disrupt.
So better you compose and
Now he's pointing gun at the police that he wants to shoot the police.
It's also an army.
If it's an army,
Yes.
if it's an army,
Yes.
if it's an army, then you should point gun at a policeman.
Excuse me. Any number, sir.
Ìbọn wo ló nà sí? Ìbọn wo ló nà sí? Ọmọ ẹni kó má shoot ọlọ́pàá kó shoot èmi. Let him shoot me.
they should go out. You carry gun like this.
No,
I think you want to fire me.
we can't go out.
You will go out, oh.
We can't go out.
You will go out.
We can't go out.
You will go out because you didn't take permission before you enter secretariat. This is governor's office, so you don't have the right to just come in. Can you just come into the governor's office without invitation? It's not done. It's not done. It's not.
So this can be interpreted in two ways. There are many of us that are really going to be so pissed off. Like characters like that, they are those who are bringing disrepute to a legitimate advocacy. They do not have the logistics, right, to really back up whatever it is that they are convinced is the right way to go about it. I know there are platforms on social media where there are people who are encouraging some young people in Yoruba land that the only way to get Yoruba Nation is for them to get themselves ready, arm themselves, and take over all the government of Yoruba land. As much as people do wish that they could carry that out, you also need logistics. You need humans and other logistics to actually carry such out. And to really do this, before you actually move to carry out such, oh, we want to, because there will be counter reactions. It is not like 2-3 people because you have a gun. The guns that you probably won't even shoot. And you could get shot and killed. And at the end of the day, you end up as being stupid, foolish. On the other part, if we have indeed in Yoruba land that we have people, young Yorubas, who are ready to lay down their lives in their belief of freedom for, or let me say, independence for Yoruba nation, the energy needed to be positively channeled. It is a good thing, okay? But if it is not properly channeled, wrongly used, now those who went for that today could be said to be great energy that was wrongly channeled. You went into a government secretariat what exactly was your intention? To capture the governor or what? However, they said they only came to hoist the flag. Well, there are ways you could do that if you just want to send a message without having to put your lives on the line when there is no real backup for what you're about to do. It's going to be in the news like it is in the news right now. Then the next 2 days, nobody knows. We probably will never even know their names. So what a waste of resources. So let's go back to that Oyo State. So what did they do? After parading and roaming everywhere, you were carrying gun, you dressed in this, battle ready. But when the police came, they were the only ones shooting. Only to I'll show you. Let me show you this. Let's watch this first.
I know the young boys. You are useless people. People are living in peace. You want to cause problems. Say Yoruba Nation. You are mad.
Ó wà lára ilé, ó ń dé wà lápá ilé.
Ó wà lọ́wọ́ lára ilé náà. Sí náà.
Gbàdíwà ọgbẹ́ wà.
Ó dèdè. Ìdèdè kò jẹ́ àbí?
Lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sókè.
Àwọn ilé ti kọ́tọ́ débi kí n fi lè rájọ.
Ó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ kù sí.
You're one by one.
Okay, another one. See another one.
It's plenty for the body.
Remain one here, remain one.
You won't worry. You're one right. Well, men aside all of them.
Kí ni SS ògùn tó wá gbé sára báyìí? Kí ni SS ògùn báyìí? Show help ẹ báyìí. Show help ẹ where your guy. This juju he help you. Ọ̀gá babaláwo he help you.
Come on, Etia. Carry your camel where? Where your camel? Where your camel?
Be at that side, Ibrahim.
Carry your camel. Okay.
No, it's just remove only white.
Oh, no, where you are camel? This one camel. This one I be the chap. Oh, you are going to camel.
Look at them. Kò sí ṣe gbogbo àtàwọn tó kó sára. Kò sí ṣe. Ó yẹ kó ti fly ni.
Oh yeah, I'll cut it disappear.
Disappear. Where you na this one? I said to be at this side. Ẹrù yàrá pé kò lẹ́yìn lọ́rùn. Kò sí ṣe. Ìjọba jókòó lọ. Àwọn oníkankan lára ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba jókòó lọ. Ìlédè ìbílẹ̀ pọ̀ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Sí ìnáwó.
For the boot self, they will tight. They will tight. I said they will tight for the boot.
Ọ̀gá fóònù mi hàngì ni. Fóònù mi hàngì látàrọ̀. Mo ti fi rẹ́kọ̀dù látàrọ̀. Ó hàngì. Ṣé mo máa sẹ́ǹdì ẹ̀?
Ṣé ó wà lára ẹ̀?
So, like I said, we can all react the way we see it, okay? Because that is why I am bringing everything to you. I have my own review or theory for all of this without ignoring some certain existential facts. But when one of the viewers just said they were manipulated. And it's similar to what I said too, because there are young people, young and old, in Yoruba land and outside Yoruba land that genuinely will do anything and everything for the independence of Yoruba Nation, where Yoruba would no longer be part of Nigeria. And this is such a sign that, because I do know there is no money to motivate anybody, right, to support the advocacy for the Yoruba self-rule. It's actually not like, okay, maybe like you would hear about so many agendas going on in Nigeria. You will hear about money being funded from somewhere. Not. I am aware to some extent, right? That money is not even motivation. And I have actually had interaction with young, mid-age Yorubas from across Yoruba land, like who have personally reached out. And if I have to be honest with you, I'm talking about reached out to let us know that what they needed is just support. But you see, this energy is a very, very good energy. If you have a percentage of the population that have become so aware, number one, they know something is wrong with these arrangements in Nigeria. Okay? And at the same time, they believe that something better can actually happen than this. What they now need is the guidelines, the guidance on how to go about it so that all these resources are not going to be open, roaming about, and easily manipulated to end up in the hands of Nigeria, the Nigerian government, who actually have done everything within their power to criminalize a democratic right. Referendum to decide if you want to be part of something or not in a democracy is a normal. But in Nigeria, it's been criminalized. So therefore, whenever you are standing up for self-rule, self-determination, Biafra, Yoruba Nation, and the rest of that, right? You must be having it at the back of your mind that you are not alone. You are well guided so that you don't end up in the hands of those who believe they can do anything without consequences. The idea is to see how much of this energy, how many people have this kind of motivation, how many of them are really, then we begin to kind of, give them the guidance, they go about it and all that. The problem we're having is ascertaining those with these tendencies. Reach out to them and let them know that when Yoruba Nation is, the Yoruba Nation advocacy will shake and take over the entire Yoruba land, they will be much, much, much valuable. And around that time, they will have more and more and more comrades who understands what they want, not those ones who are speaking Yorubas in that secretariat, and they automatically are seeing them as enemies. Yorubas in Yoruba land, at a Yoruba, supposed Yoruba assembly, and Yorubas supposed security and people within there, a Yoruba man they felt so threatened that the message of we deserve to be this or that is not appealing to them. And indeed, when you do it at the wrong time or in the wrong time, you become the victim of criminalization of self-rule, which Nigeria, and I've told you this, a lot of us who have this kind of people around, okay, we really need to guard them, but they are also very much vulnerable to those who are telling them. All we need is we need to be ready to fight war. How much is a gun? How much is that? You do not, it's going to take you more than 10, 20, 100 guns if you actually want to have Yoruba Nation through gun. And you would have to actually have well-trained people who are ready to hold that gun. And I'm talking about thousands of them. So that is what we call logistics. That's what you call trade. And in that case as well, right? When you have the comrades that are willing to die, you don't send them to go and die for nothing. You don't encourage them to become entrapped for nothing. And as they will tell you sometimes, a comrade or an activist, is he an activist? No, a freedom fighter Three things are expected to happen to a freedom fighter. He is either in jail or he is in grave. What is the third one? I can promise you something. No freedom fighter is useful to anybody, in grave or in jail. Do you understand that? So, which simply means if you want to be in, if you want to utilize a positive energy that much, you do not send them to be humiliated like what you just watched. Take a look at Nigerian police. Suddenly, they have the personnel, they even have the vehicles, because some people are holding flags and, here.
Tiagas.
Okay, canister, economy.
I can tell you that Ibadan is calm, Oyo State is calm. His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde is on top of the situation. What I think happened is that some miscreants, probably on cheap drugs, had seized the opportunity of a function being held at the House of Chiefs to come here as probably they're part of the people holding the function, only for them to turn out to be found that they are hoodlums in camouflage. And when they are challenged, they also challenge the security people. Thank God there is an overwhelming presence of the security, the police, the commissioner of police. Everyone here came on time. We've seen that they've been joined by the military operation Hoist and the Amotekun. They've overcome them. Why I say they are cheap drugs is that how do people come to the seat of government under the guise that they are Yoruba Nation members and they've come to take the rightful leadership of Yoruba land in the seat of government in Ibadan here. They have been overcome. They have been overwhelmingly dealt with. Arrests have been made, and of course, those of them that had the effort to also exchange in gun battle with the security people have also been dealt with appropriately. The situation is still an ongoing process. Some of them will learn and run into different places. They are pulling out the camouflage to disguise. Some of them had attempted to take Okadas and vehicles from some civilians, but I can tell you that Oyo State is peaceful, Ibadan is calm, and of course our security network with the synergy that we have in place, they've been up to task. Of course, this is just a by the way thing. It could be likened to a treasonable felony. This is an insurrection. Of course, no government will watch and allow some people on cheap drugs to come and do such a thing. Appropriate sanction will be taken, and it's still an ongoing process.
Nuisance Lele.
So, and that is why it is better people are really much like, guided when it comes to this conversation. Because you see, bringing the disrepute to a noble cause, and then you are hearing a Yoruba man gleefully calling them, tagging them that they are miscreants, they are on cheap drugs, and blah, 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 blah. But he's very much aware. He's a police officer who is working for Nigeria. And in that regard, they're talking about something Yoruba Nation. And there are tens of thousands of people like that who uses their own position to justify the, criminalizing and making it look more or less like solely miscreants, drug user or drug abusers, kind of are those who are asking for Yoruba Nation. So they work that way, and when events like this happen, it's like playing into their hands. It's unfortunate that we do not have control over what people do or when they do them, right? But sometimes, right, we should do within our power to not encourage, that kind of people. Because at the end of the day, it all comes back to one thing. The criminals who are criminalizing this, they will be justified and say, yes, did we not tell you? And indeed, they are also provocateurs too, right? They will do everything as well to provoke the people to reaction so that they can justify why they are unleashing terror on people who are peacefully demanding for a conversation. And they are all saying it too. But it's only if you say it as somebody who is saying, let us break up. That is when they get triggered. But a lot of them are saying this Nigeria is messed up. This Nigeria is not in anybody's interest. A lot of them are doing everything. They are disagreeing with this arrangement, but they are only mad and triggered. If you say, okay, since you disagree, you just don't disagree, then let's break it up. Let's have Biafra. Let us have Araba Nation. Give them the Arewa. Give the Yoruba Nation. They will be triggered. It then need to become a long, drawn sword now for blood. So we should do everything within our best or within our power to not encourage these platforms that continue to mislead the people, to continue to, and all of these are just to them, just to make the news, and they could come around and come back like now and brag to you and say, what we did in Ibadan yesterday is just the beginning. We are going to do more next time. I remember that Yaoni Diri that was saying that they needed the weapons and all of that stuff. So I know what I'm talking about. Because the end goal is that there are actually, there are people who are really tired of this contraption, Yorubas. And they actually want something that they can do to help and and hasten the breakup of this contraption. Like I said, if good and such motivating energy is not well guided and then channeled, we will be receiving news like this. And this news like this will continue to justify why they continue to criminalize it. So a lot of us need to continue to speak out. And if possible, in fact, we have to stop promoting some of these platforms that encourages this. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to keep, and it is not just about Nigeria, it is also going to be about the Yorubas, our fellow Yorubas. A lot of them will be, that is not attractive. Is that attractive to you? To the point that some of you even believe that it may be staged. You really think that staged, that they shot two of them, and one of them arms is already broken. He can't lift it anymore. It's already like that. Like when they shoot you in leg and break your leg. It's because a lot of you cannot imagine that any sensible person, right, will just walk into a place in that manner, okay, and then put up that so much show only for them to be taken. Like, you get what I mean? Like if you come in as a commando who is representing, we are commando who is representing so and so, then you must be able to actually show that strength. But only for them to now drag you, take off your uniform, put them back on, beat you to bloody. So an average Yoruba person will not be attracted to that. And this is what they want to show to the Yorubas. That yes, Nigeria is not working, Nigeria is a failed place, but yes, but do you want to associate yourself with these ones? These ones are just this and that. So we need to continue to actually make sure we reduce this kind of, you know what I mean? And whoever, because when we do this, there are people who are indeed encouraged, and we are going to say something, and somebody is going to act on that. And if for any reason, things that are not attractive, and when I say, that is why, you see, some people say, oh, they want action. We need action and all of that. But think about this. Let's assume, because some of you need to know. You see this Israel-Hamas fight, for example. Ukraine, Russia, these are countries, all right? However, Hamas is not a government, okay? Hamas is a group. But to so many of you today who have been following it, right? you will know that billions, if not tens of billions of dollars for decades, that these armors have amassed to put up this much long war that you are witnessing today, right now. It's not cheap, right? It's not because they have 10 guns or 20 guns, or they have 100 guns. You can see all the weapons flying here and there. So it simply means that if any group want to present themselves as, we are the commando group for so and so, you should not make yourself a shooting target for the security force of a country that cannot fight terrorists, that cannot fight a ragtag terrorists. The country with nearly 1 million personnel and reserve of army, police, and all of that. They have weapons, they have jets, they have everything. The army of the country that cannot end Islamic terrorism and all of that for 12 years. They will come bring police, come bring all this, they will come make you shooting targets. Because you, number one, majority of you don't have the required training. You do not have the required logistic. You do not have the required backup. You have nothing other than that somebody give you uniform. You are dressed like somebody that can look scary. And one single shot, you are dead, you are gone. So that is why when you are building a force that you want to say, okay, yeah, we want to take over everywhere, you must have the logistics to take over everywhere. You must have the logistics to hold the ground you are taking over. If you are taking over the government of Oyo State, for example, you must have all the logistics to hold the ground. Even if it's going to be just for a few days, that will make the news. Okay? They bring their soldiers. You know, they bring their police. You fire them. They send them away. They bring in their own soldiers. You fire them. They bring their special up. Then they begin the negotiation like a stand down. Where the weapons there, they are advising themselves that we can't go in there. The weapons there, we don't know how they, you know, the things you see in the movies. Those are the kind of preparation, and this preparation is not something you just do like this. So we must do our best that until we have the capacity to go stronger that way, we must continue to manage those energies, because those energies could be channeled into so many ways, because there are so many ways to kill a cat. I've been told that many times. There are many ways to kill a cat. And somebody has said it on this platform as well. In the market, there are many entrances. Are the entrances into a market, as long as you are in. So this energy, and how to channel them and how to build on them. Because that's the only tiny positive side I have seen to this, and that's what I want you to remember of it. I don't want you to remember as people who bring disrepute now, having condemned that. But that tells us something, and that also tells something to the owners of Nigeria, that within Yoruba land, with the right resources, with the right logistics and training, there are Yorubas that are willing to take over the entire government of Yoruba land and cut Yoruba out of Nigeria. There is a generation or more than 1 or 2 generations that can actually assemble people, young and old, experts here and there, that with the right logistic, they can hold down the entire country, Yoruba land. And a lot of us don't actually want it that way. And we will continue to remind all of you. Those who make peaceful dissolution impossible, they will make violent breakup inevitable. People like me are those who don't like guns. But we know there are those that see people like me as ordinary storyteller. And there will be a time that what people like me say will no longer matter. It is what those other ones shoot that you would have to listen to. And it is going to happen. Things like this are the signs. Politicians in Yoruba land, you might think you have conquered people where they make mouth. If few people could actually, I want to say, if they have the understanding of what they were walking into and what these guys will do to them now that they are in their custody. They will think twice, but they didn't give a damn. They still went. There was a lady there. There's an elderly man. There are a few of them, right? They still went in there. They challenged their government security, and they told them they came to take over the government. With what? Now, if you could have that in Yoruba land, Emurasi, continue to tell yourself that nothing can break away or Nigeria can ever break. You will realize later that it will only take just a little enticement and motivation with the right training, adequate resources, and they will shock not just all of now that are relying on the Abuja security, Nigeria military, Nigeria policeman with a grant interview. None of you will be able to, they won't be able to protect you. And you see people like us, then, when things get to that stage, we will be behind them. You know why we'll be behind them? Because by then, like I said, with the right training, right logistic, the greater support, they will need more voice to tell the world that whatever lie they will be lied, or whatever lies that you probably will use to try to demotivate them, people like us will be dispelling them. And yes, we will speak out for them. And that is why right now, everyone can keep having their field day and keep telling themselves, it's not going to happen. It's impossible. But me, I have seen what I have to see. Let us call them stupid. Call them foolish. In fact, let's call them suspected thugs. Like the policeman said, call them drug addicts, drug abusers. Call them misled. But there is something that tells me, there are actually millions like them within Yoruba land. They just needed somebody to motivate them and motivate them in a way that belief, that thought they are entertaining, it can actually happen. And we are tilting towards that. Brethren, that was what happened in Ibadan. Today. So like I said, we all can have our judgments about them. I do have mine, but I would never ignore the level of confidence and courage. You can say they are they are foolishly courageous. Any smart person can know that with the way Nigeria is going, the people that will dislodge these criminals from Yoruba land, they will be the people that have never left Yoruba land before. I know a lot of people are saying that all of us in the diaspora, that we have a lot of role to play. All of us have role to play. And when I'm talking about this logistics, this motivation, this kind of scouting and discovery and building over time, one money, in no distant future, you will see a new revolutionary Yorubas that are no longer the textbook definition of coward that some of you are putting forward. They will surprise all of us. And I will be there. Inshallah. Inshallah, will be there. Let's go to the next one. And this one is brief. I could be brief, right? It is simply about, okay, you know what? Let's kind of take on the Obidient versus the Agbadorians. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, people kind of attack themselves, abuse themselves, call their papa, your mama, your this. There are actually those who go as far as, you know, like defaming people. She's slander. Is that called slander? I want to look for the strong word that makes you feel like, how can you do that to me? For example, if somebody call you a rapist, all because they want to defend APC. You see that on social media all the time, don't you? Okay. Now, what happened is that the social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, the all-pass criminals, those ones I call the crumb chasers, crumb eaters, ass lickers, most ones who will tell you that, yes, Yoruba local, because they always think, right, they are part of the, of the guests, not knowing that they are the menu that people are coming in to eat. You know, that sense of stupidity called entitlement or belief. Okay, let me use this one. You see one, what do you call it? One Mustafa Sokoto on Facebook. An Alimajiri that is one of the 143 million Nigerians living in multi-dimensional poverty. Mustafa Sokoto, he will see my video and he will say, Maiyegun, we will rule you. We, Fulani, Northerners, we will rule over you forever. And then you look around and say, including you, Mustafa, you will rule over me. How? Because I'm a Fulani, I'm from the north. Oh, really? Because you are from the north. And you count yourself as people who are ruling us. It is called delusion of the grandeur, delusional grandeur. APC, Egbekebe, and their sewage rats will tell you, if you condemn all of their failure, or you are more outspoken about Tifnumbu's criminal past and present and future, they do not have any issue with the fact that it is true that Tifnumbu is a drug lord, certificate forger, election rigger, illegitimate kleptomaniac, kind of. They are not kind of like, it's not that it's not true. But why are you calling him that? Don't you have respect, ne? Don't you have elders at home, ne? Are you not this or that? Okay, fine. These are still questions. Then they will turn around. He is better than your rapist father. He is better than your papa that is one-legged. Your dad is not a one-legged man. Oh. You get that? But an average APC, Agbadorian, because they want to say something that, why do you call Tifnumbu a drug dealer? Even though he's a drug dealer, but come on now. He's a president. Can't you have some respect? I can never take it for anybody to abuse President Tifnumbu. So they will say, even your mama will be ashewo. Your mama no be ashewo, no be anything. No. But an average Agbadorian, that is the way they fight back. You are you that was born by one-eyed man and a prostitute. These are not true. Then they go on to, maybe if you are a doctor, for example, and they know that you are not in support of APC, then they say, you better don't go to our hospital. She's a murderer. She has been killing people. People have been dying, going to our hospital. This is a grave allegation. And they are saying that simply because you said Tifnumbu is a drug dealer, which he is a drug dealer. Okay? But they are not happy you said he's a drug dealer. So why did you say he's a drug dealer? Okay, you too, you are a murderer. I didn't murder anybody. Yes, it's true. Somebody who came to your hospital told me that 6 people died in your hospital last week. Nobody died in my hospital. You don't even know my hospital. But to them, okay, you too, you call Tifnumbu a drug dealer. Did Tifnumbu say you a drug? I didn't call him a drug dealer. He's a drug dealer. There's a court record where he forfeited money to escape jail. I didn't. So, because he's a drug dealer, and I said it, why do you have to now say people are dying in my hospital? Why do you have to say that? Can you prove that? No, I can prove that. I have this or that. I thought the thing turned to police wahala. This is it, police wahala. defamation. So there is a lawyer, there is a young woman, a young lady, she's a lawyer. You know those lawyers where they do pro bono, they send you go jail because you couldn't bribe police and you have been there for 2 years, 4 years. You don't even know why you are there. And then suddenly these charity lawyers walk in. Akinlangbe Akishewon. Akinlangbe Akishewon, raise up your hand. Say, yes, yes, sir. Come here. You have been released. Temitope Foundation for wrongly jailed individuals. We have fought, fight your case in court. And you have, this is what this lady is doing. There are so many of them there. There are some of them, young people, you see them all over the social media. Some are doing pranks to give people money. Some are doing a prank to buy food for you, how much you can eat. Okay? Some are doing pranks, they are sharing food. Not prank, they're actually doing charity sharing food, renovating homes, paying hospital bills, doing this or that. And others are freeing people from jail. But because these ones are obedient, the other ones are Agbadorians. Now, so they got to say every case that this girl undo is like she lost every case she's been handling. So she came back and she was like, "Oh, sorry, please, can you please take this down? Don't do this to me. You know, this is my job. And I know you are just trolling me and all of that stuff, right? Then can't go hit another one." Like that, Sha. People didn't know what happened until when Agbadorians started there screaming, "Yeah, wow, what? Hey, everybody, stay down, no, stay down, whoa. They have arrested." They didn't say arrest. They said, "We can no longer find one of us." So later, everybody started feeling like, "Kilo Shele, what happened?" and all that. So now police, Nigerian way. So that one of them just filed a petition that this person is trolling her. He's doing this to me and that. And Nigeria police, as usual, they just went straight to grab the guy. They don't tell anybody in front of his own papa, mama, and children and wife. Grab him, took him away, like the normal Gestapo style. But Jeje with the here, where missiles can't fly. So why am I telling you all of this? Is because now the missiles that were flying, that some of those supposed social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, they are supposed influencers and adult ed. They come, they shout, Aso Rock, what kind of thing be this? How can the police be arresting us because we are defending Tinubu? Which kind of thing be this? Everybody take cover. If you go defend Tinubu, you end up in jail. Now your problem, oh. And surprisingly, the Nigerian Minister of Youth, Nigeria as old Rocky, they swung into action because they are sewage dwellers. They have been fumigated, and they were not told before that you cannot, because you are supporting APC, break the law, defame somebody, or something like that. So they go, "Oh, you go do jail." To them, how? How can we do jail? In this country, where we are the ones in power, police will be arresting us. Police will be kidnapping us. You know, police kidnap everyone like normal. Okay? APC can ask somebody to be taken. But they were so shocked that, how could the obedient, like, this is the problem. They were like, how could the obedient have so much influence in the country that APC is in charge? A supposed lawless country. How? But that is how lawlessness work. Oh, get any. You know, they spare anybody. If not tomorrow, now you decide to go and use the same criminal police to grab anybody and all of that, sure you get, they will do them without really following, sure you get. But the only shocker here, they say, they were now so surprised that, how could any obedient have the audacity to, some of them who are living in the UK, anything in England, when they try, you are living among monsters, evil-minded, young and old people. Baba, they started this, like, this is between two people where they argue, suddenly it just turned to APC versus Agbado versus Obidient. From there, don't they turn to Igbo versus Yoruba. I'll show you a few things, okay? So they sent the guy to jail, and eventually he became a celebrity that the Minister of Youth. Listen to this. So this is the Youth Minister's press release, Baba. They released press statement too. Like, I'm power now. How can we not be able to do whatever we like? And he said, according to the report I received, Pastor Ukezie was taken in the presence of his elderly parents, wife, and children, who were understandably traumatized by the incident. Contrary to common standards, the station to which it was taken was not disclosed. Like the normal standard of Nigeria, where they kidnap you. Now like this, but the Minister of Youth is like, how dare you take one of our... Because you know something? On social media, right? Wait, I'll come back to this. Man, show my face. On social media, right? These crumb eaters, they are like the bottom barrel of the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC. Here you get. They are there. They're like, like you see which nobody to take counts them. All right. Well, most of the time, a lot of them always try to at least get the attention of those at the center so that they can give them something. That's why we call them the crumb eaters. Okay. Now, this guy, if the police says you have broken any law, when maybe you didn't, or let's say when the police says you have broken a law, that means you've broken the law. So for you to get out of it, the police have to say, no, you didn't break a law anymore, or the court says so, right? Babana, so that they throw me some. Which kind of thing be this? What is it that we are even going to be benefiting? Police go in this country. Ma, show you few. You will listen to it, okay? So they can't go call. Okay, hang on. Go with that. Listen to the words of the minister. His family now knows his whereabouts and his well-being has been ascertained. He will be on his way home soon. That's the minister. He will be on his way home soon. While we continue to work to guarantee that no youth had to experience any form of maltreatment under our watch. That is no APC youth to be maltreated. That's what he meant, okay? Because the youth of Nigeria have been, like, you know the story now, eh? So he said, I reiterate my assurance to our youth that we will continue to engage in a transparent, timely, and effective manner. And I urge obedience to law as we try to safeguard and protect the interests of Nigeria's young people, blah, 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 right? So then the last paragraph, I express my gratitude to my cabinet colleagues, Honorable Minister of Police Affairs, my sister, HMS Police Affairs, IGP of Police, and Police Force PRO. Remember what I said started it, oh. What started it has nothing to do with APC, PDP, Tinubu, or anything, no. It was just pretty much like somebody shared and said, oh, thank God we have been able to blah, 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 Kiniko Foundation. And this guy went there and said, because he knows that she's Peter Obi supporter. So he went there and the guy went back and said, please, you need to put this down. Please, can you please delete this? This is no joke, okay? This is my business. This is what I do. And please don't say this. And he was like, no, I will never delete it. Is that not what all of you are doing? You are everybody that comes to you have been going to jail. You are graduate like your Peter Obi. The guy was begging, but he didn't do that. He didn't, then the police got involved. But the higher authority, listen to this one, I'm still going to show you more, okay? So one of them, this one lives in London or lives in England. There are many, many of those who are driving. Let me tell you this, and this is why you are listening to this, okay? There are many, many of these Yoruba Ponus or Ronubas. Some people call them Ronubas. These are the Ronu Nazis, the Lagos-Calabar abroad, okay? They are Yorubas, but they are like, the horrible. When you are looking for the horrible part of a group of people, these are the worst of the worst. And that is why they continue to try to want to force this Tifnumbu druggie to the throat of Yorubas. And since the Yorubas won't take him per se, so they continue to try to gaslight and blackmail Yorubas by calling them Omoali for Tifnumbu. So these are the small group of people behind all the kind of propaganda, ethnic hatred, tribal divisions, and all these rhetorics. Some of them live in England, in the UK. And they believe they are invincible. And they also believe that, you know what I mean? Tifnumbu needed to actually really do more in breaking the Igbos. Like, it's always going to be like the Igbos versus Yorubas. These are the champion of it. They are not even living in Nigeria. They are living in the UK. In the UK, where we all kind of have our complaints against racism, majority of them, they are British citizens. They carry British passports. They have all the right that every British person has in this country. Okay? For carrying that blue passport, British passport. Every right that every person who is white person in this country has, they have the same right. They can vote and be voted for. They can do everything, right? But right there in that same England, they are sending divisive, hateful rhetoric, and these are the characters you can say they were taken out of Nigeria, but nobody really took the bigotry out of them. One of them even bragged this way. I'll show you, then I'll take you back to when they were lamenting, complaining, we can do anything we want. We are the ones in power. Listen.
Are we not in the same Nigeria? This girl, I'm telling you and I'm assuring you, this girl is going to get what is coming to her. And I hope this is being recorded. And please, sue me to court. Petition a court. You are going to understand that in this country, there is power and there is power.
That guy lives in the UK. He's not in Nigeria. But these are the ethnic, tribal, jingoists. They live far away from that place. Okay? Anyway, it don't turn to APC versus Obidient because they felt abandoned. How could their own police be arresting them? And you broke the law, and so it is called, and then we now said they should release him. Nobody wants to release him. So that's where the power is. Like they were calling them to release him, and the police said no, we are not until we hear from the girl. And they're like, call the girl now, and the guy was like, no, he has to call us. You know what I mean? They started attacking this guy, the commandant of the Jagaban army, your pastor. They started harassing him, and so the guy vexed. When it comes to when you are in trouble, you will be calling me and calling me. But when it comes to appointments, when it comes to you will all be there and you'll be supporting others. Right? So they call themselves to a meeting. In that meeting, now there the real Gwege was where they started wailing. Should be all of them know, say, whatever they want to do to you, make them do unto you because you don't support them, Abi. And they said you will cry for 8 years, Abi. Baba, that last 48 hours, so what traumatic. To the point that they are calling their powerful guys in government to retaliate. We have to retaliate. We have to arrest that girl too and lock her up. That's the only way. All these things that all of you are doing, you abandoned us. All of us have been attacked. We have been abused. We have been criticized. Everywhere where we go, online, everywhere. Now police is arresting us because we are fighting back. You must arrest the girl too. Everything to propoyer, right? Let's go listen to where they are lamenting to commandant of Jagaban army. I have a copy. I'll show you. Or I'll play them for you.
Yeah, you have some points. There are a lot of things that happen in the party. I'm a party member, foundational party member. When you came to Anambra last month, I think we met briefly. But I want to remind you one of the things that Senator Hope said. In that meeting in Anambra, he said that the government does not own the party. Rather, the party owns the government. Yes, it is true. But in reality, it's not the way it is. The only place I fault you today, my leader, I'll call you my leader because I'm a youth in the party. For Anambra, it's where you said that the party cannot do anything about the detention of Pastor Okezie. And I
I never said
apologize for that. Okay.
No, I never said anything like that.
Someone was saying you said something like that in that regard. He wants
I
I
never
was coming
said
from,
that.
and I got mad.
I never said that.
Okay. I take that back since you said it.
I said efforts have been made. Even I have made effort. I've raised it to the NWC, and we're doing the best that we can.
Okay.
All I had said earlier is that we need to structure and strengthen the party so that things like this will never happen again.
Okay. You have
the ruling party.
You have a great point about that, about structuring the party. When you speak, some people that are not in the party system will not understand your grievances and where you are coming from. I know what you are saying, because a lot of things, the party has been annihilated from a lot of things in the present government, and I must say it without holding back. But that's not the case now. Yesterday, Citizen Olu, I was called because Dada posted something now that really got me angry. I was called, I was sent a DM by Babalola, I think around 2, 3 thereabout. That, Ugo, do you know anybody in Abia State that pastor has been arrested? And I gave him my WhatsApp number. I said, come to WhatsApp. Let's discuss on WhatsApp. Let's not do DM. And he came and told me on WhatsApp. And I called 2 people in Abia State. The first person I called said he was going to go. Initially declined because he said it was raining. Then I called the second person, who coincidentally is even an Obidient, but he has respect for me. Left everything he was doing. Even that yesterday, I had some pressing family issues. And I told the guy, please, go to World Bank police station. That a friend of mine has been arrested. When you get there, because Babalola told me what the guy gave instructions. Now when he gets there, he should just confirm if pastor was there. And tell them that he is from the state police PPRO. Then they will take it up from there. The guy told me where he's staying is far from World Bank. And again, that there are 2 police stations in World Bank area. One is inside, one is on the express. And I begged him, I said, please, go to the 2 of them. Because he wanted to only go to one. And he got the first one he went to. He went to the counter. He told them, I'm from the police PPRO, state police PPRO. He wants to confirm if so and so person is here. And they said, yes, he's there. And he said, okay. This was around, I think, 4:30 to 5. And I called Babalola. And I said, he's been confirmed that this person is there. And he said, okay, let him call Kem and call the police PPRO. That they will call the guy back. The police PPRO did not call the guy there. The guy was waiting for hours, waiting for the police PPRO state to call him so they can hand over the phone to whoever is in charge of the arrest. That call didn't come. I was begging the guy, please stay put there. Please stay put there. The guy called me after 6 and said, the police people are leaving this place. So that at least the police PPRO should know better that this guy might sleep here. I said, please just hold on.
So the lamentation, the wailing is that they needed somebody to command. They were not interested in why he's arrested. They are not interested in what is the situation of the investigation, anything at all. Like, they are not interested. They were just trying to copy state PPRO, Babalola this, the national PRO, police hierarchy. They were calling those ones, they have their numbers. Hello, they have arrested one of us, so call them to release him. You know what I mean? I call this, I call that. Nobody could just tell them to release him. Just let him go. He's APC. It doesn't matter why he was arrested. We know why. This is APC versus Obidient. But somebody did notice that that guy said, the only person that could help them go and verify where he is locked up is an Obidient who has respect for him. But that same guy talking, Only is an Igbo person from Abia himself. APC. You see, sometimes they go out to make an explanation and a lot of people have to agree that, okay. When I'm calling out the Buharidins, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, then I'll go to the Buhari Shukus, the Ungozi Aris, the Uneka Aris, and all the Shukus, all the Ngozis, all the Onekas, they want to tell me they are not Nekahari. I said, but there are Nekahari in Igbo land. There are Buhari Shukus there. There are, you know what I mean now? They are there. APC Egbekegbe has 2 states in eastern Nigeria. Make of that whatever you think you can. They are just, Papa, I don't want any explanation, so I did my research and they are like something you can agree. So a lot of people agreed. You see that one guy? These are people that are going to justify the killings of their fellow brothers and sisters by the Nigerian authority and call them IPOB, ESN. They will justify it. You know why? Because Biafra is a threat to people like Oyi. They will kill their brothers and sisters. They are telling their fellow people outside Igbo land that they are endangered. And I have not seen one single APC supporter that got attacked in any part of eastern Nigeria. Or, like any reported attack on anybody, they will say, oh, you're APC. There is nothing like, if you go to Igbo land, for those who are doing APC, that people actually know them, nobody is attacking anybody. Like there's nothing. But outside Igbo land, the Abobakus, as well as Alimajiri Oshogbos, Abrodian, Bele lecturers, Mumu lecturers, and the rest of them, these sadistic, ethno-religious, betas, they will make you think, oh, you are endangered in eastern Nigeria. Meanwhile, being an Obidient or Obi supporter is a risk. That we have seen evidence of people attacked, people bled, people caught, people killed. We have all the evidence. You know all of this. But they sometimes would rather want you to have the imaginary, dangerous eastern Nigeria, but a very comfortable, conducive Sharia north. If you are not smart enough to know that yet, well, maybe I can't help you. Nwokike, Emmanuel, my brother, thank you very much for that, your super chats. Like I told you, it was a wailing from the wailers. Tears from the criers. The Abobakus, they are lamenting what equal rights on bad governance truly mean. You know, say bad governance, like we told you, right, is a stray bullet. Going straight to stray is a bullet that misses its target. But it has to hit something. It will always hit something. All right? In the country of injustice, if there's anything at all that Nigeria has failed on so many things. But when it comes to democratization of Shege, now everybody go collect. So the wailing continues.
Better that this guy might sleep here. I said, please just hold on. If the woman does not call you, you call the woman, send her a WhatsApp message. which he did. No call was placed through to the guy. I now said, okay, can you go and find out who arrested the guy, the IPO? He went. That was when he now got the name that it was the Jumbo Squad from Zone 9 that arrested Pastor. And they said that the signal came from Abuja. I said, okay, please, we don't know any person, any family member of Pastor. We don't have their phone numbers. Kindly beg the woman at the counter, even if it means, just talk to her, that you need to see Pastor. If they cannot allow you to see Pastor, beg the woman to tell Pastor to give you Pastor's wife's number so that we can reach out to the wife, which he did. This was around after 7 to 8. And he sent the number to me. I sent it to Babalola. Now, for Segun Dada to come on Twitter now and say that they spent the better days of yesterday and this morning trying to locate the station where Pastor Okeze was, is highly wrong. Because as at after 4 to 5 yesterday, his location was known and was communicated to Babalola, who communicated to Kemkem. And I feel that they must have known his location. We were trying to do this thing low-key yesterday. It wouldn't have come on Twitter if those people they were supposed to moved. If the calls that were supposed to be made were called. If they made those calls yesterday, this shame, because it is a slap on progressive and a slap on this government. And it's paining me as an APC member from the Southeast that have followed Buhari since CPC, left CPC, came to APC. I lost a party member in my ward, Nnewi Ward 1, Notulo Ward 1. 2 years ago, he was shot. They were doing what meeting in Nnewi. He was shot because he was an APC member. His wife is still catering for three kids alone.
Thank you very much, Lotana. Sorry, Lotana. Thank you so very much for this. When I said earlier that we were solving this low-key, you see, this is a slap on our face. It's a slap on the party in government's face. I personally had held people away from bringing it to Twitter since yesterday. What a lot of people do not know is that sometime last week, less than a week ago, I had a surgery. When this thing happened, I called Babalola immediately and I said, I am not feeling too well. Kindly help me follow up on this case. And myself, Babalola, I didn't even know it was Lotana that Babalola was tracking up with. And we have been on this matter since yesterday with the hope that we will not spill this to the general public, because it's an embarrassment to progressives, it's an embarrassment to Nigeria, it's an embarrassment to what we all stand for. So when I said we had been dealing with it low-key, there was a very strong reason why we were doing that. As a matter of fact, I had said to some of the people who first brought it on Twitter that they should not put it out yet, that I was doing everything I could. There was a limit to what I could do, and that was why I told Babalola, please help me continue. So Babalola was the one who was following up. Dr. Falala was sending money. I was sending money, just so that we will not embarrass ourselves like this. But unfortunately, maybe it's better that it came to Twitter like this so that there's an outrage. I am embarrassed that the government that I support has to deal with a thing like this. As at the whole PPRO thing, I was the one that when he got back to Abia, I linked him up with her and I told her everything, and she was giving him protective custody. As a matter of fact, policemen were going to his place of work and house to assure him every time. And there were things he was supposed to do if they came to arrest him at any time. We had that confidence, only for us to hear it was from the headquarters. So it's not everything some of us do that we bring to Twitter, because I think that some of these things can be dealt with without making any noise about it. And the real essence of power is not to be seen, but to be felt. And I just want to say thank you and God bless you, Lotana, because I didn't even know it was you Babalola was linking up with.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
Ṣẹ́yìn gbọ́ ẹranko yẹn ó láwọn progressives. In our lifetime, APC, Ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, Tinubu and the bunch of rogues around him. Baba, they tell you, see, they be progressives. And some of you just keep quiet and accepted it. Oh, they are progressives. You see those born bastards, those sewage dwellers, who kind of think they are important until they say, it's a shame. I'm embarrassed. They are embarrassed. Oh, no. Anyway, they were expecting the law to never really touch them, right? But these divisive animals, who are calling their fellow Yorubas Omoale because of this druggy. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? They call themselves progressives. What is progressive about these guys? Education, healthcare, infrastructure, fight against corruption, which is pretty much like what has to stop before any other thing could really happen. They call themselves progressives, and some of you are quiet. And they just rode with it. Those young rogues, majority of them are not in Nigeria, they live abroad in the UK. One of them actually, right, like, listen, one of them even made another threat. And guess what? The police was also in that meeting. They were there when this kind of a threat was made by an empty pangolo. Who is an hustler like me here in the UK, making a threat because his head is sort of a swollen bigger than his body, and he is a member of APC. Listen to this.
If they understand the weight of history on their heads, they need to wake up, because this cannot stand. When NSAS happened, they burnt down TVC, they burnt down BRT, they burnt down the DNA center where they used to store samples of criminals who commit crimes so that you can track them. They burnt it down. They killed police officers, they roasted them alive. This Sarah Ibrahim, and look, Sarah Ibrahim, if you're listening, I'm telling you as a person, your days are numbered. I'm telling you and I'm assuring you. The wheels of justice may be slow, but it's going to come around to you. Whoever you think is protecting you, I swear to God Almighty, I think you are, look, whoever is controlling or giving you that liver,
Olu, please,
wait, SIO, please, can you hold on, please? SIO, can you hold on, please?
Olu, calm down.
Sarah Ibrahim, if you are listening, no, please. If you are listening to this, Sarah Ibrahim, I'm choosing my words. No. Please, hold on. Please, hold on. Please. Can you hold on? Please. If you are listening to this space anonymously or whatever it is you're doing, you don't understand the toes you are stepping on. I know you think you are invincible. I know you think you are a superhero in Nigeria. But let me tell you something.
Labour Party
what
superhero.
You are doing is you are biting more sugar cane than your mouth and your 32 teeth in your mouth can bite. You think in Abia State, because of Alex Oti or LP Party, you have cover. Look, You may have cover inside Abia State. Are you going to sit inside Abia State forever? No, you are not. But just listen to this. Watch your back. And I'm saying it categorically because if the government of the day will not do the right thing, the government of the day appointed the Inspector General of Police. How is it possible?
So we have some of those frustrated idiots. But you know, social media, you can have a cover. You can actually and on social media, we are all powerful. We are all rich. We are all connected. We all know some people. Don't touch, don't this. But majority of people who talk like that are frustrated idiots who live in London. Frustrated, depressed, and this is how they make themselves feel good. Oh, I swear to God. I swear I will show you who I am. Is absolute nothing. And that happened where one of them who also bragged like him, where they were talking about how to get that one out of their police nets. And that idiot in London was making another threat. And I hope people can actually really follow it up. Now, when some of you who did that Niger, meet some of those faceless wearies that you are seeing on Instagram or you are seeing on Twitter who are sounding so powerful here and there. They are so highly opinionated. These are people that you'll be wondering, are you sure this guy is living in the UK? These are a bunch of frustrated miscreants. The only cover they have is UK. Some of you are arguing, engaging with lunatics simply because they live abroad. And, we do have a good weather. Sometimes, I am talking about mentally disturbed humans. Because nobody who has his own real mental, his brain intact, living abroad, you're understanding how systems works, what they call the digital footprints, will go on social media and make a blatant threat. Anything could happen tomorrow, and then you'll be like, no, I just said that, it's because I was angry. How could you be so foolish thinking APC, Ebekegbe is going to come to your aid if somebody you threaten got killed? All because you want to prove to yourselves, I'm obedient, I am APC, I am this or that. If some of you see those who you are listening to on social media, especially those ones who have kind of built personality for themselves, right? But you see them defend the APC, you are discussing with lunatics who are wearing suits or some jumpers that makes them look like they are real. When you see some of them face to face, even though Nigeria is a shithole, your lives are pretty much better than some of them. I have never seen anybody who is mentally stable, living abroad, that is supporting Tifnumbu. I have not seen one. In fact, you see this APC, starting from Bokwari to Tifnumbu, and all the talking points of those who tell you or try to convince you that you just don't understand this thing very well. Tifnumbu is not what you think it is. I am yet to see any one of them that is not really having mental problem. I have seen few, but I swear to God, it actually helped a lot of us to actually understand the thinking faculty of some of the people we've been calling friends here, even here in the UK. Some of you are seeing them from your base in Nigeria. In the UK, mad people, they home car. Mad people, they get house. Do you understand? In fact, if you are British and you get mental problem, you are entitled to a state support. And when I say state support, not even your bank manager, Legito, will make enough money like the people who have their mental health problems in the UK and the support they have access to. So that simply means that way that you are replying and you are engaging with on social media, and you are wondering, how could this one be living in America? How could this one be living in Canada? And how could he be thinking like this? Is that how they do in Canada? Is that how they do it in the US? Is that what they do in the UK where you live? Is that how they treat people? But you still see them stand up and say, shut up your mouth. All of you don't know what is going on here. I live here. And they'll keep making up stories to justify why you should endure what they are unleashing on you in Nigeria. I'm talking about chronic sadists, mentally deranged people. And if you do see them one-on-one, you will regret ever engaging them heartily. And I've encouraged a lot of you to please stay away from them. Because how could you be living in the UK and you are a bigot? Like, what is the color of your problem? You are a black man in a white man country, and every now and then we are reminded that we should go back to where we come from. And you are living in that, you are existing in that society, and in that society, you know you have so much system, so much protection from the system. You are a black man, whether you are carrying British passport or not. Living in this country means you are living in a white man's land. How could you live here, experience some of the things we are experiencing here, and you say you get mental problem? You go on social media and you are promoting ethnic division, tribal division, in the name of defending APC. Olo, the mental problem. Explain it to me in French. Where I understand it. You are living in a system where systemic racism is so pure here. And Olori Burukware will be one of those that would shout and scream, they hate us. All these white people, in this unique in the but you are sitting in their country, benefiting that same white country and the racism there. And you are promoting racism back in your own supposed country against your fellow supposed countrymen. Odelo Yawiri. For a druggie that will continue to deal with your family, your loved ones. Your loved ones are also victims, so they are victims of the rot. So if you don't get mental problem, I don't think you'll be comfortably staying here and be defending what you see happen there. No, come on, your only problem, right? Well, I'll leave it at that, just so that you know that you can do space 1 million times. You can do all of this, your talk and all of that. But every now and then you will be you will be reminded that you are nothing. You understand that? You are nothing but the pencil in the hand of your slave masters. You are nothing but a pencil in the hand of your slave masters. And they can use it to write anything, even when they are writing things that are completely against you, against your children, against their welfare, against their safety, against your own economic capacity, against everything that makes you real human. They will still use you to write it. And I will remind you also, right, that no matter how much you want to make yourself important in the whole scheme of things, you are the inconsequential lot, and you are only useful for exactly what you are doing. Keep the division and keep sharing the poverty and pretend that you are better off, or you will be better off. Maybe now, maybe not now, maybe later. And continue to tell yourself that. And let's go a little bit forward. This guy who said that you should, Nigerians are wasteful. Country where no get electricity. Country where they Baba, this one is not even a joke. Nigeria generates, they say Nigeria national grid, right, collapsed again recently. And they said Nigeria's distributed electricity or so, right, dropped. Guess what it dropped to? 2,300 megawatts. Omo. When people tell you that Nigeria will be great, Nigeria will be great. Nigeria go better, Nigeria go better. You see, Nigeria will be great, Nigeria will be great is what those who claim to be educated idiot to say. But you see those ones who are like permanent illiterate, they will say Nigeria go better, Nigeria go better. But they too are wise now. They are saying, when is that Nigeria go better? Nigeria will be great. Nigeria will be great. When? Because everything that could make a country actually like show that they are on the road to greatness is not existing in Nigeria. They celebrate mediocrity. Then they pray to God to turn it around to something that will shock them. That is yet to happen. India. India. They said they just added India just added 490,000 megawatt of electricity to their national grid. I think they have like about 900 megawatts now. Like it's so massive, right? That 95% of India, of 1.3 billion or 1.4 billion population, right? 95% of India is electrified. 95% electrified. 490,000 megawatts added to the Indian electricity in the last 5 years. And they are nearly 1 billion megawatt electricity. Google it. That's a lot. To South Africa, they are generating over 150,000 megawatt electricity. The G-Ant of Africa is generating 2,000 or is generating 5,000, distributing 2,300. So their minister now came out and said, Nigerians are complaining that they want to be paying more for darkness. These are people who don't know how to manage electricity. Everybody, you just, they keep their refrigerator on, they keep this on, instead of them turning it off. Alaye, you demand, Dini. Baba, you get MTN line, Abi. So you put 500 naira on your MTN line. Okay? And I put 50,000 on mine. Chumbo, MTN now decided to take my 50,000, but they don't give me any service. I couldn't download, I couldn't upload, I couldn't make calls. And when I checked my balance, my 50,000 was over. I now call MTN. MTN, now they mad, I put 50,000, I never spent that, you don't finish. And MTN is like, why don't you turn off your data? It's your fault now, it's next time. We need to, don't say because you put 50,000. You need to turn the data off. You need to turn Kiniko off. Alaye, if I want to turn data off, maybe na data you dey sell. Abi, I am saying there is no service. I don't get any service. My money is gone. You are telling me it's because I turned data on. You're mad, Dini. Baba, you give me electricity, for example. Now, what thing I use, I go pay for now. No be so. It is my, see, you can pay 1,000 naira electricity for electricity a month. And you are the best economist who is managing it and all of that. The first thing first be say, make the electricity self day. So that I can now choose if I want to be turning things up or not to cut down how much I am spending. You are the one providing something. You are the one complaining to say they overuse them. I know they pay you. So the guy came out and he said, okay, he's sorry. He shouldn't have said it that way. He was only trying to advise people, but he was stupid. So he now said a few things further, but he apologized. And I told you when he said it, and I have to come and tell you that he's apologized now. Not that it really matter, okay? But for the record, let's say he apologized and said other few stupid things too. Maybe to even make it worse. Do you mind?
Thank you so much indeed, Honorable Minister, for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Shehu.
Appreciate it. Let me begin with what has become a major reaction from Nigerians. Perhaps something that you said about the closing when you had the engagement at the ministerial briefing. There has been a lot of reactions to your statement when you were asking Nigerians to start switching off their freezers. That perhaps had come to Nigerians who feel offended by that statement, telling them to switch off their freezers and their appliances. Do you regret such a statement, Minister, which perhaps comes to many as a statement that came in a bad taste?
Thank you so much, Shehu. Let me start by saying that it was never intended to insult the sensibilities of Nigeria in any way. Sincerely, if you watched the tape, that video very well, I never said that people should switch off their freezer. It was actually an innocent advice with regards to energy consumption management, which we believe will go a long way in reducing people's energy bills. And that advice was actually directed at those that we believe, because of the recent increase in tariff, you start enjoying 20, 22, 24 hours of power supply. What I said was that the fact that the tariff for Band A, which is for 15% of the total electricity consumers, will increase by over 200%, does not necessarily translate into 200% increase in their electricity bills if power is properly managed in terms of consumption. The example of the freezer, well, it might not have gone down well with majority of Nigerians. I would say, oh, sorry about that. It was never in my intention to insult anybody. It was just out of my passion and my eagerness to ensure that we make a change in this sector, which has suffered a lot of setback for some years, that we said we need to cultivate the culture.
Nuisance, Lele. Nuisance, Lele. So don't let him waste much of your time. He further said other nonsense. So there's no point you listening to that. But he did say something about giving them 24 hours electricity. Adelabu, you the mad. Say after me. Adelabu is mad. Because the template was that only those who were enjoying 20 hours a day, band A, there were those whose tariffs were increased by over 200%. But the people they call say them the band A, like it's like saying you are band A, and you're like me. Hey, me band A, how? You are enjoying 20 hours a day. Are you not? Me. I bet me. When was the last time I enjoyed 2 hours a day, 2 hours electricity a day? So I'm band A. Then now you are band A, you will now be enjoying 20 hours. Since then, bomb, I have never seen 20 hours electricity in this area. I've been living here for the past 45 years. Which band A? So that one created Wahala. Sure, you understand? Band Binko, 10 hours. When did you give us 10 hours? Let's these people come out and swear that true they are giving you 20 hours as band A. When was that? So we shall did that one, and as it is, it remains a scam. They should generate the electricity, okay? They should not worry about how people are going to pay for it. You shouldn't be increasing payments for darkness. People should be paying for energy. They should be paying for power, right? Not for darkness. But Nigeria will be great. Great. Make Nigeria great again. How do you say that, MAGA? No, I say make Nigeria great again. Manager. Okay. I'm talking about my power or my nigga. We will be talking about the further escalation of the old time friends. I am talking about Fubara and Wike. One of the things I picked up when I was away the last time was that the reason why Wike kept attacking Odili is more obvious now, okay? It's like they told him that a new king would have to be crowned because of the position this person is holding. But Wike is a former, sort of a former governor, a former king, or former boss that was accorded the same honor, but wouldn't want that to be done to his supposed S2G. Now, the supposed S2G seems to have shortchanged him now, or removed chalk from his feet, under his feet, right? And it's because Odili came out and he said, whether young, old and young, Fubara is now the leader of Rivers State. But you need to see the tantrum of Wike and waiting to call Peter Odili and his wife. Anyway, I have bring you a copy. Yeah.
Of your people are with you. And they've asked me to tell you that you are the political leader of Rivers State. Rivers people say, where you go, we will go with you. Where you stand, we will stand with you. You are standing on firm ground. Stand there. Hold on to God. the rest of the journey will be a piece of cake.
So that's Peter Odili. You hardly see him talk in the media. He's always the guy behind. He's their godfather in Rivers State. Okay, like they accord him that. Where Wike said he built him a cancer center and also built judges' quarters for his wife or in his wife's name. But now they are going after his godson that they once told him that they would never serve master and serve the boy. Now they are doing boy to Fubara. And Fubara himself is coming of age too. This is what he told the local government chairman that are disloyal or disrespecting him. I kind of like this. And the tone, even though it's a bit kind of condescending, I kind of like it. Listen.
Unfortunately, the king of my place is here. The general hospital in Popo was abandoned. Social media was always attacking me. You want to be governor. You don't have healthcare service in your place. Little case they take to Ekorabasi. Is it not shameful? Do you know what I did? I had to personally, with the help of friends, put that hospital in place. No. What I want is to tell you when you want to do things, the importance of medical services. It was with the help of friends, we had to put that general hospital together and it started functioning. And I tell you, we saved a lot of lives. There is a royal father here. I don't want to mention his name. He lost his son because there wasn't any functional healthcare service in his place. I don't want to mention his name. He's here in our midst. He lost his son. So people don't know the importance of health services. It's not an issue of you go and build something, you call people to come and commission, you dance, and it's not working. That's not part of our. It's not our agreement with Rivers people. Our agreement with Rivers people is anyone that we want to participate, we will ensure that it functions and it works well. And that is leadership. That is having.
Sorry, there's the second part of that video I really wanted you to hear. Oh no. All of you here defying me, you have dug your grave and you will fall in it. But I'll take a break from there, okay? I'll bring that back once I see it and put it on, right? Here is one member of Nigeria House of Representatives' reaction to Tinubu's Coastal Road and funding. Just for the closing hour.
Thank you for having me. Just like you asked the legal perspective to all that is happening in the stories we are hearing on Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. First of all, let's lay the legal foundation on this. By Section 81, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, provides for an appropriation of all the expenditures of the government for the next fiscal year. And by that appropriation, by the National Assembly, it now empowers the federal government to expend the resources of the nation on projects approved by the National Assembly. That is one. The implication is any project not approved by the National Assembly cannot get the spending from the resources of the federal government. That is one. And even if there is an approval or an appropriation on projects to be executed by the federal government of Nigeria, there is also a statutory provision in that regard. And what is the statutory law in that regard? It is the Public Procurement Act of 2007 that gives the guideline or the procedure on the appropriated projects by the National Assembly, the procedures that should be taken before the federal government or any procurement or procuring entity should go into the execution of those projects. Having laid this legal foundation, the question now is the Lagos-Calabar coastal road appropriated in the 2024 Appropriation Act? That's the first question. Or in the previous Appropriation Act, that is 2023, was it contained in the 2023 Appropriation Act? If the answer is no, from where did the federal government or the procuring entity, which is the Ministry of Works, derive its powers to start the execution of the Lagos-Calabar coastal road? That is the first question we want the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to answer Nigerians. Two, if there is an appropriation in that regard, the projects pass through the Procurement Act. And going by what the Minister of Works, my elder brother, Engineer Dave Omahi, has said in several fora, in several interviews, by this media organization, by Channels Television, and other media organizations, you see that there are inconsistencies in what the minister has been saying. And if there are inconsistencies in what the minister has been saying, it means that there is problem somewhere. It means that the entire project is shrouded in secrecy. Because going by what they have been hyping this project to be, it means that this is one of the major projects by the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If there is an appropriation for this project, the Appropriation Act is there. How much was it? How much was budgeted for this project? You say 1 million naira, 1 trillion naira was budgeted. It's there, very clear. Then if it is not budgeted, you tell Nigerians it is not budgeted. That's on one breath. You cannot in one breath, in an interview, say that the cost is 4 billion naira per kilo, 4 billion naira per kilometer. In another breath, just this morning, because I watched him live in Channels Television, he said for 1 kilometer you get 4.39 billion naira for 1 kilometer.
Yes.
Inconsistency. Thank you for having me. Just like you asked the legal perspective to all that is happening in the stories we are hearing on Lagos-Calabar coastal road. First of all, let's lay the legal foundation on this. By Section 81, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Honorable. So what that man is practically saying is that, indeed, you have heard that Tinubu has awarded the coastal highway to his pal, Shaguri, and all of the details of that deal is shrouded in secrecy. And it is true. However, Devulumayi is putting wool over people's eyes, over it, covering, and it continues to contradict himself here and there. Also, like the guy said, the coastal road is not appropriated for, not in 2023, not in 2024, their budget. However, Tinubu's government said they have kind of mobilized high-tech already. As much as this might sound like, but they want to do the good thing now and all of that. But when you see the devil is in the devil is in the detail. All right. At the end of the day, Tinubu and his pals, that's what they do most. Like you said, they should repeat what they did in Lagos. Okay. So it simply means that Nigeria money, borrowed or whatever, would have to be used to build something that looks like a national project. There is no intention of completing it. But if a section of it is actually really done with your money, and they want to do it again afterwards, right? And the part that is done can be claimed by them. This might sound somehow, okay? Like, but it is for progress. Ask the people of Lekki toll gates about the progress of the Lekki toll gate and the depth. Sorry, one sec. Right. And that is that. So my plan is, I wanted to show you what was his name again, Fubara, and how is meeting with the local government chairman he believed are loyal to Wike. How did that go? So that's what I wanted to have there for us tonight. We're already rounding up, I have to say, and I'm also going to take calls. Okay, you that would like to still be part of this tonight should grab your phone if you want to. Okay. And then apart from that, the coastal road or no coastal road and every other thing we've shared there tonight, including the invasion of Oyo State House of Assembly, which it is believed is carried out by yet to be ascertained group of people. I have here, they said about 20 people were indeed arrested today. About 5 of them were indeed injured, maybe with gunshot wound or whatsoever, all right? But yeah, let us go to Rivers State. You know what I wanted to show you there was that after the endorsement, okay, and he was talking about what he's been trying to do, that with a Wike Mr. project that they said did so well in Rivers State. Rivers State has no functional healthcare system. The educational system is in comatose. The inner roads and township roads in the state is totally dead. It was all fanfare and song and that. So Fubara took a stand there today, and it was pretty much like a dig at those who are supposed to be the local government chairman. He said, you are disobeying me. You are disobeying me. It's okay. You are digging your grave. I hope this is it. Listen.
God turned it to good. I will not end by not saying this. I'm surprised that I saw the local government chairman of Oboibema here. I'm really surprised because I know that for a very long time now, any event that has to do with the state government or the local government chairman, as it were, don't participate. I hope when you leave here, they're not going to sack you. Because I know you're not loyal to me now, so I don't know whether to sack you. Or when you leave here, you will grant another press interview that it was not you, that it was your shadow. But let me say it here. Every one of you who think you're disrespecting me, you already dug your pit. You will fall inside it. That is the truth. Our minds are very open. We do not wish anybody bad, but we expect you to do and know what is right. For those of you who have chosen to take the path that you think is that way that leads to their salvation, safe journey. But let me remind you, you see, the river, or what you call stream, one theory about it is this: when it flows in a way or directions that has less resistance. You know what I mean, less resistance? It doesn't go to where there is blockage. It goes to where we allow it flow. And that becomes what you call the turning, the channel of a river or a sea. Similarly, Fubara and his team will continue to take that course that God has given us. We will flow in a direction that your resistance. Look, it doesn't matter to us. We will take the course where, one way or the other, we will get to our destination. And we will make our people proud. They say we are clueless. If providing quality education for our people is being clueless, I agree with them, I accept it. They say we're clueless. If providing quality healthcare services to our dear people means being clueless, we agree with them. It's the truth. They say we are clueless. If targeting critical projects, like this road that we are just awarded, that they've started, Elele, Ebeda, Omok Road, if they say it's being clueless, we agree with them. But we will not go and do roads to our farm. We will not go and do road because we want to please somebody politically. No. We will do those things that our people, everyone will benefit from. If that one means being clueless, if I change my name to Mr. Clueless.
So somebody said he's consolidating power. He's the guy who is holding the knife and the whole cake of the state is in front of him. How much can Wike afford if he wants to keep the court jesters, okay? The courtiers around himself, praise singers. So Fubara is the reigning champion. He's the one that can actually cut you a cake that you can touch right there in Rivers State before the cake in Abuja gets to you. And that's why. And that's a good thing, okay, because that's expected of him. You are the governor. If you don't stand up, they'll go remove you. You become nothing. And with a Wike, you know that stuff. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Let's take a break. If you really want to be part of this again, like you want to phone in, the number is on your screen, right? But when I get back, or when I come back, I will take a call. Praise and worship.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
What
shall I say? Thank you,
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
I'm back. No, there's no more Suewe. Suewe is gone from this platform now because we do not want to be, like, I do not want to be part of that anymore. That Suewe now is now like in the past. So we're going to look for another mid-term songs that can handle our break. Until then, we'll go to do carry me they go, call you, carry one they go wherever they like. Hello there.
Yeah, hi there, Mr. Maiyegun.
How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm all right, my brother, man. Long time no see.
It's been a while. Where have you been?
Yeah, Chris Mariah Tegbezu from Nottingham.
Oh, bless you, man. Good to hear from you again, man.
Yeah, I want to thank you for all your effort and your good work, you know. you've been able, you know, to dish out to us, man. We're the ignorant people that in diaspora.
Well, we are all ignorant of what we don't know, Baba. So once we now know, that's why we say, well, before, you know, they say, if you know better, the ideal thing is for you to do better. But when people know better and they keep to themselves, that becomes more dangerous. So we are all ignorant of what we don't know. And once we do know, nobody can change our mind and say we don't know what we know anymore.
Definitely. Yeah? Definitely. Yeah. I'm going to start this conversation tonight from your last conversation about the PACN. You see, it's a Nigerian press are the problem we have in that country. Nigerian press are nonchalant, ignorant press. They don't practice investigative journalism. No. You know, from the Buhari era, I got to know that Nigerian press are useless. Somebody brought a rice pyramid to Abuja, and the press couldn't investigate the source of that rice pyramid.
They didn't. They just ran with it.
They will come to the television, Channel Television, and all of them, they are guilty of all this nonsense. Tell us that rice in the market is very expensive, blah, blah, blah. None of them go to investigate how much they sell rice in the market. Nothing like that.
And if you go to their TV, you will see business news, stock news.
Yes, stock news.
Nigeria Central Bank is shorting their naira by selling the borrowed dollars below average cost. They are watching that right now, and they are celebrating that naira is gaining strength. But yet, the Nigeria economy, the cost of living, nothing is changing. What kind of economy is that?
Remember the last time I came on this program, I said that the best time to buy house in Nigeria was that time when the naira was to the pound for 3,200. Over in 3 weeks, right? Look at what happened now. And the house they want to sell there still remain the same price. Remember I told you that?
You did.
Now I want to talk about the PACN, right? When the PACN was sold, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the discourse now, right? It was sold for 30 billion naira. The PACN, that's including their physical assets, that's the houses and all these things. It was sold for 30 billion naira. And what Jonathan government did, right? They divided it among 30 loyalists who bought that PACN. Even Tonuba bought one of the discos, right? Now, the monthly revenue of PACN then was 3 billion naira. The monthly revenue of PACN, the annual revenue of PACN was 3 billion naira. They bought it for 30 billion. So, the monthly revenue was 3 billion naira. Sorry about that. So it means, right, in one year, they paid off the money they bought PACN.
By making
so they didn't invest a penny.
They did not invest back into the business. It was just they just took it.
Normally, national assets are sold as a PLC all over the world. But the way they sold PACN, right, was very wrong. For example, in the UK, I remember I bought British gas and British telecom shares. It was they sold it to the public. It was a PLC.
It has to be public now.
The post office was sold to the public.
They sold an NPC too, right? They sold an NPC to themselves, not to the public.
They sold it as a limited liability company. It doesn't make sense. The NPC was supposed to be sold to Nigerians in diaspora.
Yeah.
I think they will have bought it for. Look at Aramco when Aramco sold their national. They sold it to the world, isn't it? Yes. NPC will have generated nothing less than 26 billion from Nigerians diaspora.
If no more dollars, so
if no more, yes, dollars, $26 billion. But what happened? They sold it to themselves.
And then they are borrowing money in the name of Nigeria to run it, to run what you have sold.
That's the gullibility of Nigerian elites. Something is wrong somewhere. I can't understand why we are so gullible.
A lot.
Yeah, something is wrong.
Thank you so much.
I'll tell you what is wrong. Maiyegun, I'll tell you what is wrong. You are Yoruba man, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me tell you what is wrong.
Tell us.
The kill and divide power shift between the Yorubas and the Fulanis, right, is what is killing Nigeria. since Nigeria, since the democracy inception of this country, even from the when we get our independence, right? It's always been like that. And they keep on calling themselves the majority. They are not the majority. The minorities are actually the majority. The minorities that come together. Let's forget about the Southeast, right? The South, the Joncums, the North, the whole of the Middle Belt come together as one, and they can form an alliance that liaison within the Yorubas and the Fulani will die. For example, if Tinubu leaves power today, who is he going to go to? He's going to go to a Fulani man. Yeah. And the Fulani, when the Fulani man serve under 8 years, he's going to come back to the Yoruba man. So it's kind of a sit killer. So the minority, right? They are done for life. Nothing will happen with the minority. That's why we're having the impunity of Tinubu. Let me tell you something about then your first program about the Yoruba Nation guys, right? Is all a scam. And I'm surprised you fell for it. It's all a scam.
Okay.
Yoruba Nation, something is a scam. I will bet you that nobody will be prosecuted for it. Tinubu is an international spin doctor. The guy is very, very smart.
Okay.
Tinubu is the smartest politician we have in Nigeria. Tinubu will do 8 years, nothing will happen.
Okay.
I'm betting you. You see, all what is happening in the Labour Party, the other parties, right? They are amassing enough money, right, to invade those parties. They make sure they will destabilize. The Labour Party will be destabilized, whether I like it or not. The PDP will be destabilized, whether I like it or not. They have the money to destabilize those parties. They have agents. They have cronies. Listen, it's been happening from day one. When APC want to come to power, they use Sheriff to destabilize PDP. Remember Sheriff?
I do.
Yeah. After Sheriff, right? They brought another person out. Listen, we are in for Nigerians are in for a hard time.
I know. Thank you. Anyway, let me take another one because of usual timing and all that. Okay. Thank you so much, Baba. You have a very good one yourself. Okay. So, listen. If I'm gonna, I want to see if I got. Okay, it's like I did, but I don't know if it's still there. Okay, I'll take this again. I am not here to probably part or so with anyone. You see, everyone is entitled to their views and how they see things, and that is why people have the chance of calling in. Okay, but yeah, here is another caller. Hello there,
Baba. Baba.
How are you today, Baba?
I do. I beg, we could have forgive you. I never did this one, but we will sort of turn this in. No. Look. If Tinubu will do 8 years or not, you no consign us. But the people where they go see, they stand on his mandates. You no consign us. If you are for Tinubu, you are for Tinubu. Now your own wala be that too. You no consign us. Yoruba Nation is stand.
So you know. Ahmed.
Yes.
I know, like your message is like direct to everybody who is for him or not, right? But just so you know, that last caller, right? Not for them. But it's just like, you know, sometimes
wait.
Like,
if I use weary, I don't use that in an abusive way.
No, I get
just,
that.
You know, in a normal slang. You understand?
We will
understand a normal thing.
Like
so
that,
I bet maybe I don't think like this or
what they said makes you feel like, no, that's not right. But yeah,
you understand? So, Yoruba Nation is scam new. We are doing what we are doing because we believe in what we are doing.
Well, I think it's only referring to those who attack. Well, he didn't finish it. He just went on to other things. That's why it's like mixed. So he's saying that he didn't believe I fell for it, that those guys were Yoruba Nation. He believed that those guys...
No.
Say you get.
Sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't like the whole thing. You see, I saw...
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah?
Now
that's what they say. When you say something, sometimes you open and well. Because it's not what you say sometimes. It is how you say it. he can come out there and be like,
it's true. The way you put it, say you believe say you fell for it.
In the talk, say, Maiyegun, I can't believe you fell for that. That those guys who paraded themselves pretending to be Yoruba Nation and all of that stuff, who is behind it, they won't prosecute anybody. They are just showing that they arrested them. But he didn't finish it. He just went straight to other places, like including this, including the Ahmed.
Anyway, well, I can
you can take that back and still fire what you want to say anyway.
His idea we work in Yoruba Nation, it might be not. You understand?
It feels like
because
shouldn't fall for it.
but Nkoto Shien, like you said from the program, you know, the Nigerians and one way they don't handle Nigeria, they are looking for every means, bastardize every movement that will go against the evil that they are doing.
Not attractive, you know.
Exactly. So they might even spring up some people and say, oh yeah, come and act like this, come and act like this. Let's still find a way, you know, to make them look unreal, which we know ourselves. Our attention, we know ourselves. So
and that's why I said a lot of us will need to keep speaking out and keep discouraging this kind of things, because they always want to put the picture of, look at the people doing Yoruba Nation. Look at them. They are just like thugs. They are like drug abusers. They are this or that. And that's not true. It is absolutely not true. Go on, Ahmed.
Exactly. And what they are telling you to support the one Nigeria is not even doing you any better. Only pay your dollar is going down. Electricity tariff is going up. And the minimum wage
for import duty is 1,400.
So and your kiloruka he never go up. As in your wages, your salary is still the same way it is. And most of you just come online and start shouting, hey, the dollar is going the dollar will know how you take even better on our life, you know?
Like it was supposed to actually, you know, things became expensive in Nigeria because dollar jumped up. No be so. So now
now
that it has sort of, I mean, let's give it to them too. Sure, you get in the last 1 week, right? It has been receiving that steady supply of dollars. The Nigerian foreign reserve, right, is already being depleted. We know that one, but we can leave that out, okay, and say, they actually manage 1 week of their pumping, of their buying, of that, controlling how much people are exchanging money and all that, right? But by now, for a whole week, Baba, after spending 1 billion, are they saying those who are importing food to Nigeria, they haven't laid their hands on that cheap dollars yet? But let me tell you something, in case of people who don't know, Ahmed, just one quick one, all right? Yeah. Do you know that the import duty in Nigeria is collected in dollars? Also, as they are telling people that their dollar is coming down, right? Ahmed, they are still, if you want to import anything to Nigeria, the exchange rate they give to you is 1,480 naira to $1. But outside there, right, they make everybody believe that it is 1 it is 1 this. You understand that now? So that simply means, that simply means people who are importing food or importing stuff to sell, they are still paying so much.
They are still paying so much, yeah.
So you get, even if they sell, if they tell you say dollar don't turn to 500 naira to $1, if that doesn't change, which is the real thing, by the way, then we can continue to fool us. They can continue to fool themselves.
Maiyegun, and there is something that I kind of noticed, right? Mm-hmm. The way Toshinike, this dollar is going down, right?
Right.
If let's say you go send money, go give someone, maybe you want to send them $100, right? Can you $100 you'll just be 100,000. You understand? Do you know that 100,000 could come from?
And to repay the exchange rate, right? The exchange rate given to those who are selling those things, right, remains very high. The propaganda about is coming down. There's a reason for that one, and we also know what they are removing.
I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, because now you are a brother, you're trying to send $100 to someone, and you send that $100. Do you know that $100 to buy the tele and you only rank up even though the $100 will be changed at maybe at the rate of 60,000 naira. Oh, still maran call. You still go buy something, but now you go say $100, 100,000. Kuliran to just pay 60,000 or 50,000. Then when dollar was like 500, it cannot buy. That means you want to allow abroad. You are losing money. You will have to put more. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
It's all good to economy, right? It's all rip off.
So
go on.
Indirectly, our go target you are.
I need to go on victim. You see one thing, it would have made sense, right? It would have made sense, Ahmed, right? Let's say they took that $1.2 billion they have taken, apart from other dollars or billions and billions, so including borrowed one that they are using to back and defend this naira. Let's assume that it is genuinely being used to reduce costs of living for people, which means the dollar goes to the hand. Those who want to go and bring food, for example, now you sell the dollar to them for 1,000 naira. Okay, that will reflect in what they are going to bring and sell. Or you are selling the dollar to them for 1,700, 1,600. Or you are telling every other person that, oh, it is 1,001 now, it is 1,750 now. I mean, sell $1,070 naira. Sure you get. So at the end of the day, person will go bring something, come back at the rate of 1,500. All of them will express say, she be now 1,000 now. Why are you still selling it this way? That's where the
exactly.
That's
and now they would blame the marketer.
They can't blame the marketer, exactly. They can't blame us.
Not knowing, see.
She be one exactly. How come you are charging us this? Okay.
Maiyegun, you see this thing where you talk. Babanla set up me because now what is set and when you see the politicians now, they don't set to themselves say, oh yeah, I'm because now you go see people come online, they go open mouth.
She make I tell you something.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Emefiole did until he couldn't do it anymore. And everything scattered. So what these guys were doing for a few months is that to see how many dollars they can mop together. I kept talking about it here now all the time. They were waiting to mop up some dollars. Then they will now stretch off maybe a month or two, where they will now use that dollar to say they are backing the naira without any other thing at all. The insecurity is still there. The import duty is still expensive. Yeah. The whole, they are still there. But they have those dollars to make it, continue to make artificial look that is coming down. And every other thing will not correspond with it. The moment the dollar is done, the moment the dollar is done, she been up for 700 naira, they move on before, remember? 710 naira to 1,900, remember? Now it's come down to 1,000. So let's say they manage to get it and spend the dollar and get it to 800 naira to $1. And they can't have any dollar anymore. So and it start going up. If you complain, they will say, instead of you to praise us, we brought it down from 1,009 to 800. They want you to forget that it was 710 naira before.
Exactly.
And the cycle continues.
Exactly.
The cycle continues.
And why I said they are setting us up. So the ones, anyways, it only setting me up. One set around because you will see, people come online. Now that the dollar is going down, people in the we serve ourselves. We are the greedy people. I will come look say. You are the greedy people. Now the same people where they rule now from inside now they come out. So we are the greedy people. Now the same people, the same circle of people. Don't judge it. Because now
they did the same thing and he thought he could make it last. In fact, he even went as far as to cover up for all the insecurity that has made it impossible for Nigeria to grow food. To cover that up, right? They decided that they will get security in some places and grow rice. Until the terrorists started taking over the farms and villages. So they couldn't go back to harvest rice.
This nonsense will continue because these politicians that you see, they're online. They always come on, they are online. They are watching. So whatever you see, they know. So one more year supporters, Tony, one more year and when it was support more because if you go online, you go see someone go come. You go they look say this one, it be like say it goes too small. By the time in talk 1, 2, 3, you understand that kind of really sorrow. because you go they look say she this one gets sense. And now exactly what the politicians want to see. They want to see our as in coming out on TV to come and talk.
I'm gonna share this Russian joke when you hang up. Now, let me take another call, okay? Just for time. You and I
all right.
Right. So based on what Ahmed just said there, okay, the politicians prefer educated people that can pretend to be educated, but you have to be dumber. Even if you are smart, you have to act that you are dumb. There's a reason why they will choose you. So there is a Russian joke I saw online. All right. In fact, it's actually from a book. Okay. So they said that the Russian secret police, they were recruiting officers, officers that they will be giving orders to another. So the first applicant that came in to attend the screening board, right? They asked him, 2 + 2. He said 6. He said, no, think again. 2 + 2. He said 8. Think again. 2 + 2. 9. So they wrote on his application form, right, that he's an illiterate, is stupid, but is confident. Like, for you to confidently say wrong answer, wrong thing. And then you keep saying that again. So they believe that such person will be very good to work for police. So that when they give you command or an order, you don't even have to understand it. Give him a gun and he will do whatever you want for him. Another one came in and they said that, 1 + 1, and that one said 2. They said, are you sure? 1 + 1, he said 2. Right? They said, rejected. They rejected him as a secret police kind of. And they said, he is educated, he is enlightened, and he must remain under surveillance for life. That one is going to be a problem. He has a mind of his own. And that person, apart from he can't work for us, we must watch him. He must remain under surveillance. I don't know if that's funny, but I was laughing when I read that. I was like, oh, maybe because I could just paint the scenario like, oh, but it doesn't matter.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Maiyegun, good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you, sir? How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you, how is family and your kids, your wife?
I know we are here. We are like pushing it. Thanks so much for asking. And how is everybody in Dubai too? Because I know.
We are fine. We thank God for the gift of life.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to just speak about the reason why Nigeria is not even moving forward. Let me just tell you why. What I noticed to my own side. You see, these are our politicians. They are very selfish, and greed. So when, like for instance, when Buhari was the president of Nigeria, the people working with him are the same thieves with him. It's cabals.
Yeah.
So the moment that they assume office, they put their people in every position, whether qualify you or not qualify. They put them there.
That's right.
Whether they qualify or maybe they are doing well or they're not doing well, just because these are their people. So there's nothing anybody can do. They must work with them.
Yes.
Whether they fit in the position or not.
That system.
Yes. So the moment Buhari tenure is finished and Tinubu entered, the same thing continues.
Impunity, nepotism.
It continues like that. It continues. So the people that are working with the Tinubu now, they don't even care if the country is moving forward. But Tinubu cannot even remove them, never, because this is his people. It's cabal. It's just like courts. They are not like a group of courts. This is their head. This is their members. No matter what you do, they can only call you indoor and caution you.
And you are so right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one is even so real, what you just said now, okay?
I'm telling
You can
you.
accuse APC or anybody inside the Bukwari's government or even now in Tinubu's regime, accuse them of anything.
Yeah.
They will stand by
Yeah.
them. They will try and shut down everyone that is asking that they should be probed or investigated. They will block everything. They will stand by them.
Exactly.
Legally or illegally, they don't care. Because according to them, if you allow your opposition to tell you about people around you and you begin to sack people around you, when there is nobody around you, the opposition will come for you, go. So they don't care. Whatever you say, they say.
They don't care.
They will stand by them and use the law to use
They
their,
may,
you know.
They may caution them indoor, but not publicly.
No.
But they will defend them publicly.
They will.
Just like look at what that Minister of Power, what he was saying. Just look at how can you be telling people that, for instance, now they should turn off their AC and their freezer. Okay, look, for instance, now we are in Dubai. We're in Dubai now, for instance. My fridge, my AC will be on every day. Once the month is ended, I'll bring my bill, I pay. So your own work is make sure that there is light in the country.
You begin to look at where you're having excesses. Children should not leave their lights on. They shouldn't turn leave their so on. You know what I mean? Like, we do that here too. I call them cost.
Yeah, Maiyegun, for instance, we have the biggest shopping mall in the world, is Dubai Mall.
Wow.
You know, we have about 12,000 shops there. Okay, do you mean that you will tell them to off their AC and their freezer there? No, your own is for you to provide.
You are even talking about the mall. Hospitals in Dubai, you can't turn off electricity for them. They can't go off.
I'm telling you.
It has to
even
be
in
clear,
school,
just like us in this country. So somebody who was supposed to provide electricity now is now worried about how we use it when we are paying.
I'm telling you, it's because they don't qualify. You understand me? That man is a lodo or pure lodo. He's just Tipnumbu Kaba. That is why he's there.
He function well.
I'm telling you. God will continue to bless you, Maiyegun. I'm talking you,
my brother. Thank you so much. Yeah. And my regards to the family. Okay. Take it easy, man.
And Maiyegun, one more thing. I don't know if I can say this here. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there was a lady in the comment section. That was the last day we spoke on the program.
Right.
Yeah, I think Gaba Life is the name. I don't know.
Oh, Gaba Life. That is Cecilia. She's a regular.
Yeah. She picked her interest and she wanted to, to send some assists. I don't know. She was trying to picture your attention from our shot in the.
She's interested in reaching out. Is that right?
Yeah. We have to link us up. I don't know.
Let me see. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm going to try and do now is that because what we're going to do is this, right? I want you to try private message on that YouTube. Okay. You can click on her profile right there, right? Click on it, and she's watching. Okay. I understand perfectly. Yeah, I understand perfectly what she is intending to do and reach out to another, and even other people who might want to reach out to. Okay. But you know something?
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe now or some other time. Okay. I wouldn't mind if you can get a separate sort of phone or line that you know that you wouldn't mind it being in public, to be an invasion of privacy, because it is not only Garba Life that actually reached out to me that, if there's anything they can do and all of that stuff. And I can use this moment too to tell everyone that they could actually reach out to you. You get what I mean? I don't want to say, drop your phone in the comments. YouTube is elite. Okay, YouTube is elite. That everyone on YouTube right there, right? They are actually people that could really be of help. I mean that. Okay, so which simply means it's not up to you. If you are comfortable enough to share any contact, because if anybody want to reach you right now, they should reach you directly, my brother, sir. They should.
Yeah, man. That day on the comment section, she was asking for my contact number, so I tried to even give it to her, but it was not going through. I couldn't find it in the. Yes.
Okay then. Now, let's do it this way, okay? I have the number. I want you to leave a message after this conversation and say, well, Maiyegun, this is your brother from the UAE. And I will read the comment and look at the house of the messages, okay? And let's follow it up from there. I'm so sorry that our viewers have to see us, figure this out live. But it's also helpful, all right? Because I have said it before that.
Like I told you, I have to pull my children out of school here, and my wife will just stop. It's not easy, really.
I know. I can only imagine, man. So yeah, let's do it that way, okay? You reach out through that.
Okay, I will try and leave message to you on this number. Yes. Yeah. God bless you so much, man. Because even my wife is listening also right now. She's here.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Don't worry. All fingers crossed. I mean, it's a community.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And even though whatever we might want to do is just kind of like a temporary thing, that doesn't really fix much.
Yes.
Or at least
I know in the UK, it won't last forever.
Yeah, in the UK, in the UK, there is a test, right? We say every little help, every penny counts. You get what I mean, right?
Yes.
So yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. I will take it on from there.
I will just
we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Take it easy, man. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
God bless you.
And you too.
God will keep on strengthening you.
Amen. And you too.
Thank you.
God bless you. And people get strength though. And if you understand what this means, it's not as if to say, these people couldn't really take care of themselves. They can, but a system that's completely disarmed them, so to say. A system between Nigeria where Nigeria stole the money for the airlines coming from the UAE, that they couldn't take their profit back to their country. And Nigeria is not willing to pay them. Nigeria is claiming that their claim is, cannot be verified. Simply because those ones said, if they took Kadobi's offer, they will lose over 70% of their money. And it's their money. It's not even like interest. And it's all due to this exchange rate stuff, right? So, and I'm hoping that from the money they are using to buy the fake, Nigerian Naira gaining strength, if they could pay these people, now the innocent people who actually they travel to the UAE legitimately for work and family. Now they have become more stranded in the place because the diplomatic role between Nigeria and UAE, I'll keep saying it. So if we have all our brothers who are in need or in support, which indeed there are many, let's be honest, there are many, many of our people there. But once in a while, if we have a chance of using community come together stuff to help ourselves, well, this individual has proven enough that indeed we can show same support. You know that? Well, I will follow it up just like we discussed, okay? And hopefully the real help, which actually puts you back in the right track, right, is indeed, actually comes your way, because that's the most one. I have a caller. Hello there.
Yeah, hi there. Maiyegun.
Sir?
Yeah, sorry to call back. I didn't have the time, right, to tell you before I got cut off.
I know.
Yeah,
okay, then.
Before I got cut off, there are certain things I need to talk about,
Okay. Well, you will have to make it faster. I'm not gonna.
That it's gonna do with those of us in diaspora.
Please, sir.
I want to talk about the NI national insurance and national identity number.
Great.
Right?
Go on, sir.
I think it's very confusing because you want to do NIN. You live in the UK. You are resident here.
Yes,
you've been living all your life because you are Nigerian. You are Nigerian by ancestry, by birth or whatever. You want to get your Nigerian passport. Now they are telling you to go to some agents, right, to go and do your NIN.
That's right.
And those agents is not the Nigerian embassy. They are independent people that will take your fingerprint, which is your life. Your fingerprint is your life. You understand what I'm saying?
I do, sir.
Yeah, your biometric, right? That you just go to your name, your address, your date of birth, everything. Look, when I did in Nottingham here, some guys, I went to some flats very close to my house to do biometric. And I look at the guy, man.
I went there
in flat. I went to my older brother. I said, Shegun, I'm not going to do it, right? My brother said, why? I said, listen, look, for example, in England, right? Say you are arrested by the police for a crime, an offense.
Yes, sir.
And you go to court, right? And the court set you free. the court, your lawyer will go back to the police station. They will destroy all your biometrics they have with them. That's the law. They have to destroy your fingerprints because your fingerprint is you.
That's right.
Somebody can copy your fingerprints, right?
For one person.
Yeah, I use it for other time. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't, and our children that are born here, my son wants to get a Nigerian passport. They said he has to go and do NIN, right? Before he gets a Nigerian passport. That's why I don't understand. I want to read a Nigerian passport, they need NIN. I can't get it because we live here.
It's all messed up, sir.
The Nigeria identity number is to use is a data something to be used in Nigeria to coordinate our census. How many people are living in that area? Have the age of the people, the tribe and all these things, right? How come we in diaspora they're supposed to have an NIN for Nigerian diaspora differently so that they can coordinate how many people are in Nigeria in diaspora?
Diaspora too. But if they want to do that, right? Your position, sir, right? Even if they want to take our data, like normally, if I go for passport now, okay, even in their own embassy there at their commission, right, they still take my biometric there too. Despite that NIN that they have taken. But why are they awarding the collection of people's personal data to third party? And it's a normal thing. There is one in there is one in the building of my studio here at the ground floor. People come here, they take their biometric. I did mine a few years ago too. But I get your point. It's part of what we are talking about. We do not know how these data are being shared or stored. Well, everybody is going everywhere. They give them address. Come and do NIN. Come and do NIN. And I mean, the risk.
One question I asked the Minister for Interior, that man, I said, if a foreigner comes to Nigeria, right, how do they get a SIM card? Because without your NIN, you can't get a SIM card.
You can't get a SIM card. That's true.
So how? My wife just came back from Nigeria 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes, sir.
She had to travel with her expired Nigerian passport because it's allowed to travel to expired Nigerian passport. But for me to confirm that, we have to travel all the way from Nottingham to London to confirm. We'll go to the embassy. The embassy won't let us in. They said we need emergency travel certificate. So we have to go to one agent very close to the embassy. The agent said the Nigerian has made the law where Buhari was in power that you can travel with your expired passport. I did believe that Maiyegun we take the tube right to Heathrow Airport to go and confirm. We have to go to Virgin. I had a video of it. We have to go to Virgin Airlines to confirm that. Virgin said,
or carrier.
Yeah, they'll take her. Yeah, she went to Nigeria now. She got to the airport. She couldn't register any SIM card. They said she need NIN to register SIM card. If they're going to give her SIM card, yourself, she did NIN.
I mean, other people are like, that's another thing, Sal, okay? This issue of NIN and SIM card. Yes, sir. This is 2024. Is this even real?
It's not real. It's not real. My wife,
I have to go and do biometric to buy SIM card, right?
Can you imagine that nonsense?
But even at that, sir, even at that, the level of crime, or should we say, the level of crime control is totally lost on them. Because what exactly is this now used for when it's pretty much like it doesn't reduce the crime? Terrorists are using the same phone to call their victims' family for ransom. And there's no real traces or anything at all. But they still do it tomorrow. Now, here is another corruption thing. They will sell you a SIM card.
It's just for every minister, right, to embezzle money. Now, they want to introduce national identity. National identity card. Identity card is coming on stream now.
That's the one coming on stream now. People's own projects. Okay. You have a driver's license. You have a passport. You have a national insurance number, NIN. You have a national identity card. You have the voter's card.
We have BVN.
You have BVN, exactly. Without BVN, you can't open bank account. Now, all of them collected your biometric. What are they doing with all those information between them? They don't talk to themselves. It's like they talk to themselves.
Nigeria.
That's a very valid point you have just raised there. And another valid, very helpful information you passed there too, for those who didn't know. If your Nigerian passport expired and you want to go to Nigeria, don't stress yourself. Go buy ticket and go to the airport. You can.
No, that if you have a British passport, you can go and come.
I know that one. I know that one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that for some who probably are like troubling
But
themselves.
don't make a mistake, because I told my wife that when she gets to Nigeria, she can renew her passport before she comes back, because she spent a month, right? She got to Nigeria, she couldn't renew her passport because
why?
To register for NIN, right? It took her 3 weeks to register for NIN.
God bless her. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this, right?
Yeah,
it's the
right.
same story every now and then, and thank you so much.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Thank you. Yeah,
yes, sir. There we have it. Okay, I have somebody who went. One of the leaders of the Yoruba Union went to Niger to go and see her mom, and she decided to renew her passport when she was there. Okay, so what she was like, kind of like, oh, more. She felt so uneasy, and then she felt sort of troubled with the level of how do I put that? Like, okay, something like this. She's from the UK, and when she said she needed a passport or renew her passport, they gave her a price. But a price, not like the way they normally give price, pay this, pay that. No, it starts from, I'll call somebody, you're going to go and see somebody, and this and that. And it was all about who knows who. So she was not comfortable that they were moving her. She got to the place, right? She got an appointment that some of you will wait for weeks or months to get, right? So she got the appointment because somebody knows somebody. And somebody who has been living in the UK for years. She hasn't been to Nigeria in the last 8 years. So she went now. So then they started like, oh, madam, oh yeah, let's go. Come here. Oh yeah, come. And she was seeing other people who are like so frustrated, so tired, so all mouthed up in the whole place. And she was doing, sorry, doing that to people there. Like she felt so. And I was like, but what did you do? Do you keep going? Maiyegun, what would I do? I mean, this was how it should be for everybody. There shouldn't be all this stress. Like they're intentionally keeping people stressed so as to justify why they should pay instead of trying to prove stubborn that they want to do it normally. That they were supposed to pay them. Pay us and we can make it easier. But if you don't want to pay us, you want to do it normally, they deliberately, she said she went into the offices where people were seated and they were not busy. They were just there gisting, talking and people were sweating on the queue trying to come and take picture for passports. And she was telling us about that. She was like, man, she's never felt so on. It was like she couldn't wait to get out of there. And that's what Nigeria is, right? Hello there.
Baba.
How are you today, Baba?
I'm good, brother. I'm so sure.
I am very well too. Long time to
long time, my brother. Say Nigeria, they always happen to me.
Don't say that again. I hope it's not another,
Baba.
What happened
this
time?
One, forget my princess say I should just believe Baba, waiting that I know hear from you. Blah, blah. I say, when Nigeria happened to your brother again, we don't believe it. On March 1st,
yeah,
container came out, and my business partner, I usually use his truck for logistic. Right. The truck has fault, so the guy that was supposed to fix the truck stays in Abeokuta. So I said, dollar to loss, okay, blah blah blah. The price has increased. My partner was like, okay, I'll send money. But to cut the long story short, the container came out on the 28th with one of my other business partner container too. So for the first time, I hired outside truck. Someone that we normally use as like our business manager. Right. Get a truck. As they came out, the man started complaining that the truck is faulty, is this, is that, truck is jack.
Is it like Baba? Is the driver the
driver,
new guy you are trying to use in place of the other guy? So is it not the owner of the truck or the driver of the truck that owned Jack?
The driver of the truck. The driver of the truck.
So he's the driver, and he took your job only to come and be like, what do you Jack? Where can you come from?
Yeah. So because he didn't know where he's going, he didn't know this location. So he needs to follow that my other business partner truck. I don't want to mention his name.
No, you don't.
His own truck is perfect. You understand me? So and that one driver was like, I cannot be waiting for you now. Okay, don't worry, I will give you the address. So my agent called the truck driver. They gave him his number. And said, "Baba, my big container alone, That one happened. That on 28. On 29, they gave me another story. And after they fixed the truck, as they are coming, before Sele, tire burst, rim, blah, blah, blah. Maiyegun to cut the long story short, they didn't get the container down to my yard till the third night. And
so they were carrying all your stuff around everywhere as they are like talking about truck issue.
They said, they said the tire burst in Sele, blah, blah, blah. And by the time they get the truck down to my yard, Maiyegun, I will send you the video on how I loaded that container here and what that man brought to my yard. Maiyegun, they opened that container, they remove customers' load, cargoes, people's customers' load. Maiyegun, I'm talking of load of over 30 million naira.
The last time it was about 11 million that somebody used your name to.
This one talking to you, Maiyegun, as I'm talking to you, the case is with this. Is it IR?
IRS.
Is it IRC? No, IRC.
Oh, RRC in
Yari.
Lagos, right? Rapid Response Team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So my younger brother, my only brother, Princess Noah, is a DSS officer. So he take up the case and they transfer the man until.
So what did the man say happened? Like, did he not say? Did he say he was robbed, or he said he didn't touch it, or something?
Since on the first they arrested him, this man didn't open up what happened on the 21st, after he was bail on condition. When I now tell my agent that I will get in touch with Grimadi. Grimadi is not a Nigerian company. I've been doing business with them. I have a registered company. Understand me? With Grimadi.
Yeah.
They should give me the CCTV footage of how the container was loaded in Tinker on 28th, and the padlock that my agent put after the examination. Because by the time we get the container down to my yard, it was another padlock that was there. And what he doesn't know is we have something like a code between me and my agent and my secretary that when they finish the examination of the container, there is a place my agent normally puts the key to open the padlock. This will be between me, my clearing agent, and my secretary in my office. So by the time he brought the container on the 1st of March, my secretary picked up the key there. The key didn't open the padlock that was there. I told them on video call, you people should break it now. Maybe my agent made mistake of putting another key there. Understand me?
Key.
I will send you the video and the picture how I loaded the container, and I will send you the picture and the video out
of what they delivered.
And this was container that before Kolu entered in May, that 40-feet container, clearing of it from Tibri down to Lagos. Yeah, because my yard is very close to Tibri. That is where all of us ship mostly.
I've heard the name before. That's why I'm like, oh, Tidbury.
Yeah, because my yard is in Grace, so I'm very close to Tidbury. You won't believe it. The clearing between me was 4.3 without oilage. You understand me? But today, as I'm talking to you, the clearing was 10.5 million naira. That is the last container they brought out from the second one in March 15. You can imagine
10 million naira now.
10.5 million, 40 feet.
From 4.3, 4.5.
Yes.
A year ago.
Before Kolu enter. Yeah. Before Kolu enter. Kolu enter in May now.
And they are promising people in Nigeria that the whole thing will still come down. I saw that. I said something about that earlier too. Okay.
Baba is only in Nigeria that they use dollar to do the calculation of import duty. Baba, in Cotonou, very close to us there in Nigeria, in Benin Republic, you know, in my mother's side, we have border with them. You understand me? There is nothing like that. Every other African country, they use their currency to calculate the duty.
Like even if you want to say the valuation in naira, I mean dollar, then you convert it to naira and you promote that your naira, but now dollars. Then if you want to go and bring that naira, they will now change. They will now bill you based on dollar. You will now use the exchange rate to go get the naira equivalent. Who does that?
Every big clearing agent in Nigeria, a registered clearing agent must have a dollar account. If you don't have it, you haven't started business.
Then you are not an agent.
No, you are under somebody. You are not an agent.
For a country that is telling their people that the economy is kicking back. So they are giving them money with one hand, they are taking it back with the other.
Baba, let them keep deceiving themselves. Time bomb, Nigeria. I always say it.
Let me round it up and now.
So my regards to Agbeke and everybody back home, Jare.
Thank you so much. Take it easy. Sorry for your loss. So you and the Nigerian business. I just hope that because to me, I just feel like I want to go kill one between the two of you, and I just hope it's going to be better. Now you go kill them. It mustn't kill.
No retreat, no surrender. The hard way are the only way.
Okay then.
No retreat, no surrender. The hard way are the only way.
We will be praying for you, Irumale.
No problem.
Bless you, Baba. Bye. Take it easy. Build that up. Yeah, nice one, sir. So that's Irumale, ladies and gentlemen. You know, people come here. I am the GO of the Temple of Truth. I am the general overseer of this temple, the Temple of Truth. And when my brethren comes around, you are all my brethren, okay? When you come around, I have made it easier that if you spend 30 minutes with me here, you will be able to relate. I mean, you will be able to relate with not just the stories, but the stories you hear from here, including your own life daily experience. And at the end of the day, you are also going to help me share your own experience to further educate people that need to know. And on that note, we'll call it a night. And thank you so much for, as usual, for spending your evening with me. I have had fun. And I want all of you to tell me what you think about my graphic design picture. You see that thumbnail on this video? I made that. Yeah. And I'm very proud. I mean, you can see it in my eyes, right? I am so proud I did that. Agbeke has been sending me messages, oh, keep it up, you did so well. The place, I was like, yeah, really? I started the training properly 2 days ago. And it seems that this is something I will be able to do so well. And I will become a guru. Yeah, Photoshop and video shop. This is a work in progress. So thank you so much, every one of you. And I will see you some other time. If you joined us midway or towards the end of this chat, did you know you can watch this from the start again after sharing this and subscribing to my channel? Set your notifications so that you don't miss anything. And I will see you some other time. Good night.
mọ̀ tó jódodo. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni
ó fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.